randomest hit jobs. I don't think they can handle this. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me.
Coach, thanks. Well, in a few months' time, snow's going to blanket the Great Peak Star West, but for now, summer still in season at Broncos Stadium at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. 58 right there. He don't know no better. Yes. Ready.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
High 7.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. "27 yards there, a first down. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Lindsay. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On third down, here's Lindsay. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 20-yard 15 run. 15 run. 59.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and again to Lindsay. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Watch the backer, watch the backer. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Go 58 to the Mike. I got you now.
Throwing his lock on third down. throw there going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And some space here. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Carlos Henderson, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Lott, and that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First carry from Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Trubisky. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first down carry for Davis. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mike Davis, his first touchdown of the new season as the Bears push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. Hey, watch the leg. Check 26, check 26. Let's go.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
I got one. 59 is Mike. 59 is Mike. Check. 59. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they...
Hey, foxtrot. Lead dribble.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's fielded at the 45. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
What's the run? They're running it.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hold the look. Hold.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
3 bucks.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
First down.
On first down, it's Cohen. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Trubisky to throw. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
58 Go, go, go.
Shoot.
To throw on third down. Block. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brought down back at the 32.
Check, 47. Watch the run, watch the run.
Now on 2nd and 16. Trubisky dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Blue. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. 47. Alert. Twist.
On third down, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Locke going to throw. That's taken in by Henderson. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Throwing on first down is Locke. He spots Henderson open left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the gun on 3rd down. Locke. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
Check. Fresno.
They're going with Lindsey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Go, Jack, go.
Locke now on first down. They'll find Lindsey here. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
59. Mike's 59. Watch the pass. Mike, check. 59.
Locke now on first down. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Check 52.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Watch the curl, Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Check in.
From the gun, it's Locke. Open man is Henderson, that's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Hey, team 6.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Yeah.
A final shot before half for Locke. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Extra point from McManus is good. And it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
He's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go again with Lindsey. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Come.
Get there. Check 31.
They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
They run. This is Cohen. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 34 yards as the Bears push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Block now, 8 of 17 so far, under 50%.
No. Hey, high 7. Big river.
From midfield, here's Locke. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
61, matchbox lights.
Check 99.
Hey, exit. Let go.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Airing it out for Hamilton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Block now to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Trubisky. He's going to look deep down the field. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 85 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Lock again here on 2nd and 10. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
On first down, Locke. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Locke now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Locke on the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They look to throw. It's Locke. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get.
Hey, Charlie. Ready.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Now a run with Montgomery. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Montgomery. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
First down, Bears.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D.
This is Cohen. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Put up. 180.
47.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here. It's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Locke, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Locke throwing on target to Fant. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 11 more on that one and another first down. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Hey, Alpha.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. To throw it is Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Lindsey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
70, Indy, Smith.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
Take go.
One final try for Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.